Hey guys, this is Ron. I'm an 18 Delta, and we're gonna do my kit shakedown. All right guys, so this is my standard issue OpsCore helmet, set up for everyday use. I start with the Ear Pro. I personally prefer the Peltors for the ease of use when putting them on and their sound blocking abilities compared to the new Castlecoms. I've also had problems with the Castlecoms, buttons breaking, and things like that. So durability, I go with the Peltors. On top, I have a strobe light for free fall operations. Towards the back, I have the NVG battery pack with the cable running along the right side to the NVG mount. Moving on to my plate carrier. So I have the Spiritus Ranger Green OTB plate carrier. Up at the top, I have the ATAC holder, the Spiritus 3 mag pouch, and then an admin pouch. In this admin pouch, I have my Sharpie, some alcohol pads, casualty care cards, chest seals towards the back, and then 3 to 4 needle decompressions. Under that, I just have some extra supplies. I have 2 10cc syringes and an extra Sharpie down there at the bottom. We have the Spiritus sack pouch, and in here, I will have my EMA to get end tidal CO2 on patients, my SpO2 or pulse ox, get our SpO2 and heart rate from that, the self-made IV kit, Crike kit, and then our finger thoracotomy kit, as well as extra 2 18 gauge syringes. In the front, I like to carry my hard needles for drug administration, and then I also have some 3 mil Vantage Point syringes, some hard needles, and PRN adapters. Moving to the left side of the kit, I have the Spiritus GP pouch, and in here I'll have another IV kit, an Eldon card, which comes in handy when working with partner force, another IV kit, and then I'll either have another set of TXA, so 2 grams of TXA, my calcium, or my sodium bicarb. I also have 2 extra 10cc syringes with hard needles. And then on the outside panel or pouch, I have some suture material and then some Invands. Moving on to my gun belt. Inside of my just a pouch, I have my 2 IO devices with a 10cc syringe for the flush, an extra IV start kit, and then in my dump pouch, I like to keep my Sharp Shuttle. I'll use my dump pouch for all medical trash and things like that, so I don't leave anything on the X. All right, moving on to the Spiritus Delta bag. So I'll set this kit up in March order. This is kind of last resort, as I like to work off my kit before even taking the bag off, because I don't want to be stuck somewhere with the bag open, have to put everything back if we got to move quickly. So in here I'll have just redundancy for the things that I already have on my body. Starting at the top, we'll have the massive hemorrhaging pouch. So I have a ETB trauma dressing, 3 quick clot bandages, and a Kerlix. I tend to like the Kerlix a lot more when stuffing wounds and things like that, or stopping bleeding, just because it's a lot looser and I feel like I can pack it a lot easier than the vacuum sealed quick clot bandages. I'll also have 4 ACE wraps, the 4-inch. I prefer these over the 6-inch because they're a lot easier to control and you can get a lot more pressure in a smaller or more condensed location than you can with the 6-inch ACE wrap. And they're just really bulky, won't fit. Moving down, we go to airway. So we have our BVM, Crike kit, and then our finger Thor kit. And on top of that, I'll have an extra ET tube, a bunch of chest seals, because they're great for everything, not just securing the chest. You can throw blood bags up against the wall, hold it so you can free up someone's hands and keep working with you. Sterile gloves if I'm going to do a finger Thor or a chest tube, and then our trusty NPA. And then towards the bottom, we're still experimenting with this, but this is to show you guys a 500cc bag will fit in here. So this would be where I would put my blood. I believe the blood cooler will fit. You can see how easily the 500cc bag fits in there. And then underneath that, I just have some Tegaderms. So we'll move into opening the bag up. And in here, I've got a number of things. I actually took the pouches from the M9 bag because I enjoy using these over the bungees. It's just easier to get stuff in there and secure it. But I have 2 cravats, which are great for splinting or securing someone's arm if they've broken it, and things like that. My stethoscope, so I can go ahead and get vitals and listen to the lungs. Extra EMA insert, some hard needles, a 250cc bag. This comes in handy when you're doing flushes or drug admin. A EpiPen for the guys that are allergic. I have my BP cuff, an extra IV start kit, Y tubing, 10cc drop set, and then 2 Buddy Light inserts. So on this side, I have my SAM junctional tourniquet. Use this for obviously junctionals and then securing the pelvis if we're worried about a pelvic injury and anything bleeding down there. The pressure infuser for our blood when I get it on as fast as possible, and then just 2 extra 10cc flushes. I have some gloves in the event that we need to use them on the partner force or anybody else. And then we move to the back side of the pack. Up at the top portion, I'll store some more casualty care cards and some more chest seals, just because they're great to have. You use multiple uses. And then in the bottom pouch, I have the blood draw kit in case we need to execute a Rolo. On the side of the bag, I have 2 tourniquets secured with just some bungee cording, and then a BOA. I enjoy this over the normal constricting band just because you get so much more pressure, and it really helps. Comes in handy when you have a trauma patient that's losing a lot of blood. Might be hard to find the veins. So on my person, I like to work with these front pockets and the side pocket that I have here. I go by massive hemorrhage, so I'll have my 2 quick clot bandages ready to go as soon as I come up to the patient. Easily accessible. I don't have to take anything off or search for them. In my left pocket, I have an IV start kit, so I can just pull that out and start getting an IV without having to search for it. And then on my right pocket, I will keep my NARC kit. Very important to keep this on you and with you at all times. NARCs will end your career really quickly if you lose them, and they're very vital in patient care. So I open it up. In here, I will have a vial of fentanyl, midazolam or Versed, some xylocaine in case I need to numb somebody up for stitches or anything like that, and then the ketamine, some Zofran, and some Benadryl. This is to simulate a fentanyl lollipop. I'll have some extra alcohol pads and another bottle of Benadryl. And then just in the top, I have a 3 ml syringe, a couple of 1cc syringes, and then some hard needles. And again, I'll just carry this in my right pocket so that I don't lose it, and I always have it with me. So that's it, guys. 18 Delta kit shakedown. Thanks for watching.